Is all the same, and welcome back to the panel here on PlayStation 4 Live. This is your guide, Rodimus Prime 1. Our panel here that we're going to be talking about today, sitting here with a couple of my friends here that also play Destiny, is going to be the Destiny 2 podcast, talking about the general direction of Destiny 2. Join with me here is going to be Flint Hart, Prime 524011, Killer 2170, and subtitle is Snow 50s. Alright guys, let's just hop right on into it.
Who wants to go first? I kind of invited one of my friends in here too, so he's probably gonna be part of the panel.
By all means, he is invited.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't played Destiny 2, so I can't really have an opinion in this.
You got an
Well,
opinion on
you ain't
D1.
missed nothing. You ain't missed nothing.
If you play D1, that's all you need to know.
Yeah, for real.
Even if you played it a little bit.
I played D1.
Here's what D2 was. PvP. Bad as hell, ain't it?
Oh yeah. And by the way, Darkstar, we're doing the panel about the overall state of the Destiny continuity.
Correct. Plus, you could join us, Darkstar.
So, what?
We're Rodimus is recording for his channel and he's just doing a panel about Destiny.
Yeah, the current direction of Destiny right now.
Yeah.
And since all of us know the work pretty damn well, we all know where we're going with this.
Yeah.
That's some good game.
So who wants to go first?
Flint, you go. You had notes and shit.
Let me start off by saying Destiny 1, pretty good game, man, on a pretty good note. Destiny 2, by the end of 2017, the game was declared one of 2017's worst games, for only being out for like 3 months. So we're now in a state like where to now. So
Warframe.
Oh, Warframe. Pretty much.
It is a thought.
maybe.
Go back to
Darkstar
Warframe.
Warframe right now.
Right now, the game director is Christopher Barrett. He's trying to solve the situation because they're trying to fix Eververse. For those of you who don't know, Eververse is pretty much a horrible loot box system in a certain
Heck
sense.
yeah. You can say that.
Where all the loot that you would earn in Destiny 1 has been moved to pay to play, or just a very controversial XP grind. But what was it? Yesterday they released a development update where they're gonna be moving most of the stuff to the in-game war pool, which is a step in the right direction. I'm not gonna deny that. And then a bunch of stuff that we've had since Destiny 1 they're bringing back, like private matches, blah 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 blah. But my main thing is, why are we building back up to where we started at the end of Destiny 1?
Right.
That's what's going on right now. Because I can tell you all right now, the community doesn't have that much faith in Bungie anymore.
No.
That's true.
I feel like we forget that
Bungie doesn't
Bungie's not the
realize
only people.
Yeah, Bungie doesn't realize is that their game is one of a kind, but it's not going to stay like that for long. They got 3 upcoming competitors, which is Borderlands 3, Anthem, and another. Yeah. So what they need to do is they need to fix Destiny before their competitors come out. Because right now I can tell you the numbers for Destiny player retention rate is not that high.
Yeah, you got that right.
I went on Destiny 2 like yesterday, and it took me about 20 minutes to search for one group. That is insane.
It honestly is.
And what I think Bungie doesn't realize is that adding stuff to Crucible is not going to fix it. You can fix a sandbox, do this or that. Crucible is an amalgamation of stuff. You can't just, add one thing and make it better. So, I got you much other stuff I can talk about, but I'll let the other guys talk.
All right, next on the panel, guys.
Man, like, this is the second time you brought me into this shit, and I don't even have anything pre-prepared.
Just speak from the heart, Prime. That's all there is to it.
Man, I can rant.
Like, you can,
Rant.
like, go ahead then.
That's the point. Yeah.
For one thing, I can't completely blame Bungie, because they're not the only people with their hand in the pot.
Yep. That's true.
I feel like I don't know Bungie
that.
too much about. I don't know too much about Bungie because I started with Destiny and then I started playing the other Halo games that they made. But for what I know, they got my attention really early with Destiny 1. I was really excited about it, and for a while it was my game to play. It was just something I played from the first day of beta all the way to when they cut it out of Legacy, when they put it on Legacy for PS3, and I jumped to PS4, and the first thing I got was Destiny 2. Or rather, Destiny 1. And I was playing that for as long as it was around. And I just feel like Destiny 2, when it came out, I had that expectation that Destiny 1 was an amazing game. And when I go back, I kind of see, like, it's not that cool, but I had a lot of stories that I could talk about. I met a lot of people. There were things that I did that I enjoyed. Destiny 2 just feels like it's trying to ride on the high of Destiny 1. Like,
It's trying to ride on its past glory.
They degraded, like, the way so many people talk about it, Star Wars. It was the original trilogy, and then the prequel came out, and it was, like, riding on the whole franchise name, but it wasn't as good as the original. That's kind of what we got with D2. It's not as good as the original. In fact, it's pretty much worse. And there's so much that you could do to make it better, but it just, in the state that it's in, there's a lot that people are going to need to do in order to make it not just better than D1, but at least reach where D1 was. Because right now, it just feels like they're... One of the complaints I saw was like, when during D1, when the first expansion came out, we got new stuff. What did we get in D2 for the first expansion?
Reskin weapons.
Reskin weapons and throwbacks to D1. We don't need that. Especially when D1, when the devs and whatnot said that everything in D1 is supposed to stay in D1. All those exotics you had, you lost them.
Oh god.
Like, why bring back all the exotics if you said we're not going to see them anymore in D2? I expected new exotics. I expected a lot of things. I guess that was my imagination, and
In a sense, you expected better.
yeah, and like I enjoy the genre that Destiny is in, but they didn't do much to expand in D2. It just feels dry. I don't know.
I'm ordering pizza.
Who the heck?
I think we're all just tired of waiting.
Yeah, like, everyone's like hitting this nail on the head, and I don't have shit else to say about it, pretty much.
You got that right.
Rant
because
even if you're saying the same thing.
I mean,
yeah, I'm actually waiting for Anthem to come out. Like,
Well, there you go. That means right there
I want that
that
game.
You've already just moved on. You're not trying to expect. You're not trying to expect the You're not trying to expect the unexpected.
I don't have high hopes for Anthem. Just because I don't want to be let down.
I don't have high hopes for it. I just want.
You want to see it because it's something new in this type of gameplay, or this type of same mechanics or similar mechanics.
Anthem could be in trouble because the production is being, EA's doing some bullshit.
Yeah, it could be. But hold on, let me order this pizza. I'll be back.
Electronic Arts, hasn't been art since freaking 1990s.
For real.
Damn, what else? Like, there's nothing, like, for me, there's nothing, like, much to talk about in terms of ST2, like, in comparison to its predecessor.
So, you want me to read over what the development update stated?
Yeah, go over that real quick.
Okay, we're gonna start off, Game Director Christopher Barrett. Hey everyone, at the end of last year I made a promise that I would update you on our plans for Destiny 2. The team has been hard at work and are ready to share where we are headed. We used to wait to talk about the game updates until we are certain we could meet our deadlines to avoid letting players down if we changed our plans. No longer. We're not just listening, we are doing it. Please keep in mind that the further out we make promises, the more they are subject to change. With that caveat, here are our plans. Then they show a Destiny 2 content categories where they basically break down what's in the expansion, what's in the seasons, and what's in the Eververse. Yeah, they say Faction will return January 16th, and Banner comes back January 30th. Eververse. We recognize that the scales are tipped too far toward test at the moment, and Eververse was never intended to be a substitute for endgame content and rewards. So we'll be making 3 changes to the upcoming seasons. We're shifting the balance of new content in favor of activity rewards with our bright engrams. This includes adding ghosts, sparrows, and ships to achievement reward pools. We'll provide a gameplay path to earn bright engrams in all container rewards, including event engrams. We'll give players more direct purchase options and make adjustments to bright engrams to allow players to get the items they want more often. We've begun implementing these changes for the Crimson Days event during February 13th, with even more changes on the way in Season 3. Completing Nightfall, Raid, and Crimson Day milestones. Okay, this is basically saying what you get during Crimson Days. Yeah, what do you guys think about that? Before I continue.
Right there, that sounds like a... Oh, go ahead.
It's a good step in the... Like, it's a good, it's a good right foot, but, like... They still have a long way to go with like improving the overall state of the game, not just Eververse. I mean, a lot of the like
there's a bunch more stuff they got.
Yeah. All right. No. Since there is, just go ahead.
All right. XP rates. We're still investigating changes to XP earn rates. Our goal with any updates to XP are transparency and consistent XP gain, regardless of your preferred activity. Right now, it's too slow in general and lopsided towards grinding specific activities, which is not a fun grind. We want to fix that without making those difficult activities low value to players who aren't grinding them. Fairness is cool. Sure. Our first attempt turned out to be unworkably buggy, so we're having to investigate other angles. We will continue to update you as we move forward.
What type of bugginess are they talking about that's being experienced?
So there's to understand this, there has to be some background. Late November, early December, Bungie was they got caught throttling XP for players. Yeah. So, which pretty much means that they have the rate at which you can earn XP, so that you will be inclined to buy more bright engrams to get what you want. So when data miners find out about that, Bungie said, okay, you caught us. We need to fix this. So now they've been trying to fix this for over a month and a half. Which I can understand that they need first things out of Activision first, because they need to find a way to get players to buy stuff from Eververse and blah, blah, blah.
Man, Bungie turned into the girl that cheated on you, bro. Like, for real. It's like, do I stay with this chick?
Or do you want to try and get something on the side?
It's like, eh.
Okay, January 30th
I mean, I've
update
been.
master. Okay, you want me to continue?
Yes, please continue.
January 30th update, Masterwork Armor. We're expanding the Masterwork system to include armor. Masterwork Armor provides increased damage reduction while using super, blah blah blah. Basically, it's Masterwork Armor edition. Raid rework. This should have been done. This should have been in the beginning. We are updating raid rewards to make them more unique and interesting. They will now feature mods with raid-specific perks. And you're adjusting the rewards to ensure a raid item drops from each major encounter. The raid vendor will also directly sell Leviathan Eaterworld armor and weapons for purchase with raid tokens and legendary shards. They're also adding a new ghost with raid-specific perks, a chance to drop from Leviathan Eaterworld's final encounters. We intend to return to create more raid and other activity rewards.
Why wasn't the ghost in at the beginning of the game?
Thank you.
Yeah, this stuff that should have been in at the beginning. Like, I'll play devil's advocate though. It is free. We're not gonna have to pay for the next DLC just to get this. So. February update: strike scoring plus high score tracking. Strike scoring is coming to Nightfall, replacing the current time limit mechanic. The scoring is similar to the Destiny 1 system, but with Destiny's emphasized competitive execution of strike objectives and support for players' selectable score modifiers. In February, Nightfall high scores will be exposed in-game via new emblems and unlock rewards. We also have plans for clan community high scores. Mods 2.0. Work is underway on a full rework of the armor and mods weapon systems. This will focus on reducing redundant mods, more unique theming, and greatly increasing their impact on your power. We are aiming for a February release, but the scope of the net rework could push parts of all of it out to early spring. We will be evaluating how mods play into the Bright Engram economy as a result because they're sensitive to pay-to-win outcomes. And quick play improvements, we're adjusting game mode rules to increase the pace of gameplay and power ammo acquisition and quick play. PC tower chat when on PC. Exotic repetition reduction, this will prevent players from receiving the same exotic twice in a row. You may still receive duplicates, just not consecutively. Fire team members on destination map, you will finally be able to see other fire team members of the fire team on a destination map. No more having to ask your fire team where they went when they fast travel to another landing zone. So yeah, all that's coming by February.
Okay.
So
I might try it out.
2 weeks apparently it's supposed to come out with all this?
You know, for me, I don't know. So D1 wasn't anywhere near perfect. There was a lot of things that you could make do to it to make better.
But you still had
But
fun.
it still felt, yeah, like, the phrase that Prime had used, that it's the girlfriend. Calm down. I'm excited to.
Yes, I heard your metaphor, Prime. Yes.
No, no, we just got an item.
No, we just got a rare piece in Warframe.
That's it. The metaphor he used, that Destiny 2 is like the girlfriend that's cheating on you and stuff. To me, it's like D1 was the girlfriend that was trying to get your attention, and you finally got her, and you guys should be happy, right?
Yeah.
And then in D2, she's just looking at other girls, trying to see how she could be better. You already have her. Don't do all these elaborate things that other people are doing, because right now, the whole mod things and the Masterworks and stuff like that, that sounds like it's other games. It sounds like it's stealing from not just Warframe, but other games that have already come out and stuff like that. And it's delving into, the Loot Crate stuff is the Overwatch and the Call of Duty and whatnot like that. And it's just looking at other games, trying to copy them when you already bought it and already are happy with it. Little details and little changes I'm okay with them doing. because it'll make the game better. But they're just trying too hard to look at other games and fix themselves compared to those games instead of looking at itself and fixing itself as just its own game. Just like there are other games that are just fine how it is. Heck, if Warframe is anything to look at, Warframe is a game that should not have worked. It's a game that was, from the get-go, something that almost bankrupted Digital Extremes. And now look at it. It's years old. It's growing in fan base, and everything is free. If you want to use money to buy stuff, it's not something you have to do. Most of the stuff, if you buy it, it's because you're kind of impatient to get the stuff. And although that's how most people are in the games anyways, this game is completely free. All the updates are completely free. And I try to walk away, and I keep finding myself coming back to it because it's fun. And even if it's extremely grindy, because it really, really is, there's just something about it. It's just something about it. It's always entertaining. Heck, I played it when it first came out of open beta, and I dropped it for years. I came back to it when I got the PS4, and I've been playing since. Yeah, I drop it for a month or so. I keep coming back. There's going to be another update soon where I'm going to get a giant katana, and I'm extremely excited for that because I'm going to be decapitating everybody in front of me. But for right now, I'm still having fun with this, and it's an old game. I don't know.
Spring 2018. Yeah. And this is we're about to move into the crucial part they're talking about. Spring 2018. We're taking the time in development of expansion 2 that allow us to react to player feedback and Curse of Osiris. You added time. You can look at Reddit and see the reactions. In the coming months, we'll talk to you more about what you can expect to find Destiny 2's next story. The team is eager to show you what they've been working on as well. Sure. Independent of Expansion 2, the team will deliver a number of new features that will release before or during Season 3. Every player of Destiny 2 will receive new content in the following categories. Crucible. We want to give players new reasons to play, more variety and balance improvements. Spring will bring a number of exciting and long-awaited features to the Crucible. Crucible rank. Beginning of Season 3, we will introduce seasonal Crucible ranks. There will be 2 different ranks for players to pursue. Valor, a progression rank that goes up as you complete matches. Winning helps you move up faster, but there are no loss penalties. Glory, a progression rank that goes up when you win and down when you lose. Performance is how you move up there. Private matches, you had to come back. 66 playlists, they're bringing that back. Mayhem will return as a limited time event, and behind the scenes improvements. Weapon balance and armor balance systems needed, and end-game player pursuits. We agree with your feedback on the imbalance between achievement and bright end-game rewards. We will be making adjustments to shift more rewards into specific end-game pursuits instead of generic XP grinding for bright engrams. We are excited to share the details as soon as we have them worked out. Multi-emotes, vault space rework, heroic strike challenges. Yeah, that's coming in spring.
Sounds like a lot of beneficial gains.
Finally, Fall 22 sooner, item collection and records, weapons on archetype improvements, additional Crucible playlists, for example, Rumble, I don't know why. Better clan rewards, masterwork exotics, pinnacle work, weapon and gear improvements, Trials of the Nine improvements, Lord knows we need that. Shaders and dismantling, we need that too. Future of guided games, please rework that. It is a barren wasteland there. Address solo versus fire team matching. It's right now. One final note: we expect to hear more from us via Bungie.net, Twitch, and social media. We'll be taking talking to you more directly and more often as promised. We want to thank our community for all the passionate and detailed feedback you provide. It's critical to our ability to continually improve Destiny, so thank you. Talk to you soon. And this man right here, I'll say right now, he's a good. Yes, because he tries to talk to the community more. Deej does do it, but Chris Bear says what we're doing, basically. So. Yeah.
Okay.
I know you guys' thoughts on what I just read over.
I mean, it's promising.
He has the general perspective that grasps what the community is wanting. It's whether or not the rest of his team can actually implement that dream and make it a realization.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys. I could have waited a whole nother year before D2 came out if they would have made it.
I mean, Destiny 2 was rushed. It was a 16-month development period.
1 second.
Now you come back.
Hey. It's important.
Fair enough. You got away with timing, I'll give you that.
So, let's talk about the DLCs that they made. Real quick. This last DLC was out for about a month and a half. Maybe.
Barely even a month.
Barely even a month, and then they gonna decide to make another one. That's like a realization that, hey, we're fucking up right now. Let's, fix it. So I'm kind of looking forward to this DLC. It's just, I don't want to put my hopes in.
That's the main problem with the community right now. We put the hopes up too high. Yeah, don't push it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I could have waited a whole nother year before D2 came out.
Okay.
They made sure that it was, when it came out better, and all the things were fixed up, and not worse than where we ended at D1.
You know how they could have done seasons better? A season could have been like a DLC, but better.
Yeah.
We could have been fighting Gaul for the entire season 1 and beat him at the end of season 1. That's how season 1 should have ended. You finally beat Gaul. We shouldn't have beaten Gaul at the end of the campaign. It should have been on a cliffhanger.
Because they won't allow it.
It would have been a nice setup.
Interesting.
It would have been a nice setup because it would have been like a homage like what they did with Oryx. Because Oryx was the end game for something that happened later.
Sonic.
Yeah. The way Taken King did it, yeah, they put the boss in the raid.
Right.
You don't beat him in the campaign,
Right
you
there
beat him in the raid.
at the train track.
That was pretty trash.
I haven't caught him. I was gonna call Kush.
Yeah, here with the
So you
raid,
didn't have
it's
to worry
like
about that.
they have a whole completely different idea
Or
of
you
how
really
the
gonna try to get
Cabal's leniency or
The
tier
raid
system
is a
happened.
completely different story.
Yeah. It's
They're
like
not
it almost has
delivering.
no part. Like it's almost like it has no part really.
I was going to just call Kush.
I feel like I don't mind too much this
Where are
raid
you
that
going?
came out, that it was just on the side and stuff like that. I feel like your idea is good, that we should have beaten Gaul at the end of the season. And what would have happened is that there was some story missions that kind of led us on the track of why we went after what's his face.
Osiris.
Well, no, not just Osiris, but the Leviathan raid, like its own like separate story thing that led us to that raid, and then at the end of this season, we get another raid that leads us to Gaul. At least if they would have talked more on why we went to the Leviathan, besides we were just invited to test us. It could have been a good like mini raid.
Because
Just
literally, think about it. How much did it hype up Gaul compared to Oryx?
Like,
They really did.
They really did.
They really went deep with it.
It was bad.
Yeah, and it was not worth it.
And Oryx was a better villain than Gaul. I'll tell you that right now.
He was.
Yeah.
Because for him, because for that, they didn't even have to hype up the one thing. They just hyped up the whole DLC. This, they just hyped up the one thing, like everything revolved around him.
I think another part of the problem is community, though. Community understand that whole spectrum of problems is
the community.
Yeah.
Problem with the community is that the majority of it has lost perspective. Focus so much on wanting to enjoy the game, but they're not trying to grasp how and why you are enjoying the game.
Another part of original Destiny is, well, dying in a sense, is YouTube.
Right. That's an element that's dying very quickly, if it's not already completely dead.
It's contributing to its death. Because you can look on pretty much 75 to 90% of Destiny YouTubers, they have moved on to something else, cough Fortnite.
Right.
And they're talking about, I'm done with Destiny 2, I'm leaving Destiny 2 for a bit, blah 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 blah.
There's just not much to do here on D2.
There's not. Yeah. There's so little creativity to try and use.
Fucking and Cooch left Destiny. All the 50 gods left Destiny.
Yeah.
Tell me, did Dado leave, or is he still hanging around in the shadows?
I wouldn't be surprised if Dado left.
No, he said this. Dado's not going to say nothing, because he's been targeted as being, oh, I'm a Bungie dick sucker. I'm like, hey, say the man for trying to be opinion, have optimism.
I don't blame him for it. I mean, he's going to try and write, if he's one of those guys that's going to try and be one of the last gunslingers for this whole franchise, I say go for it. Write it as long as you can and try to focus on the highlights. Focus on what you love about this gameplay that can be shared, that other people can try to wholeheartedly share that same opinion or that same value. That way it can capture some positivity in a pool of negativity.
Yeah.
I can tell you one thing right now, Curse of Osiris is not worth $20.
It wasn't.
It really wasn't. It was honestly, I'd basically give it $10, if not just get it with the game when it first came out and leave it at that.
Damn.
That wasn't even close to being worth it.
Now, for my input on this, if well, I don't know if everybody else has had a turn yet. Killer, you just came back once you got your thing. Did you want to try and get a turn on this before I go?
I did. I was trying to figure out why the frick they rushed DLCs.
Okay.
Like, take your time. Let people get accustomed to like what you got out, instead of just throwing another one out there and just going with it. Like, yeah, that's stupidity.
Yeah.
And it's also money hungry people. But you know, that's dope.
Yeah. For my inclusion in this venture, honestly, all of my best days playing Destiny are behind me.
Yeah.
It was all my joy, all my glory, all the greatest memories I ever created and had with all my friends all came out of Destiny 1. Here, I couldn't really get too accustomed to the gameplay or a lot of the community over here and trying to be introduced to a lot of newer people over here. Coming here was not normal for me. It was more along the lines of trying to help other people or carry people in a sense, rather than me trying to seek to accomplish my own endeavors in the gameplay.
On the low though, Destiny 1 was the real reason why people stayed on PS3.
Right.
That was a highlight of the PS3 experience. Heck, subtly speaking, I could even say PS4. The PS4 variation for Destiny 1 was not that bad.
It's just, yeah. Destiny 1 on a good note, then you come to your constant defending a game or fighting or bashing a game.
Basking in a gameplay that is not to its own.
Let's just say this: D2 was based more around PvP when this whole damn game came out, and that's what killed
PvP and the newer
it.
players that joined in, that didn't cater to the older ones.
Because one, I miss being able to use my damn sniper rifle from the start of a freaking PvE strike. I'm freaking limited on how much ammo I get for it. So, I mean, granted, hey, I get heavy out of killing a major, but if I kill a ton of majors in one spot, and I get none later, then what the fuck? What's the point? I miss my heavy ammo since.
Right.
Everybody misses heavy ammo since.
Like, that was my shit. I didn't have to worry about anything.
That allowed so much creativity in trying to one-man every damn thing you could do was heavy synthesis.
You know, I don't know how to describe why I can't feel it, but in D1, when I played my hunter, I felt like a roaming bounty hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
When I was my Titan, I was the vanguard. I was a tower.
You was that mobile fortress.
I was the wall. When I was the warlock, I was a mage beyond people's. What's it? I felt powerful. Like there was none on my level. And in D2, it just felt.
Like you were a shadow of your former
Titans
self
can-
almost.
Hunters are useless. Titans
Oh
can.
fuck! Don't even get me started. That's my class too.
It just felt.
They nerfed the hunters to shit.
And then walks just, support the Titans.
right.
And even if,
Like,
in D1 there wasn't stuff to do, it felt like I could still go out and do something and still, even if I was bored, do something and
Remember,
entertain
you guys
myself.
ever for grinding for planetary materials?
Right.
Yeah.
You got on like 2 lots more just to grind for some relic iron. For that fucking
Damn.
or that fucking Suros.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, the grind here is just hollow.
there's no grind in this one.
You know, in D1 I went to patrol planets just for fun, and even if I was bored I'd go and do stuff. And now, patrol, I'm glad they made it to where patrol is more useful, but now it just feels like it's not special.
Yeah, I miss when I could just activate a freaking mission from orbit instead of having to go onto the planet just to go activate the mission.
And then you can't redo story missions or anything like that. Once you've done them, you've done them.
Yeah, there's no heroic story missions. I'm used to that.
Yeah, you want to play something? Go patrol. You want to redo your stories? Hope freaking what's her face? Ikora's got them as I don't even meditation missions.
Meditations,
Yeah, I never even did them. I just couldn't.
Yeah.
I felt like in D1 I was building my own story. Even if they had a set path, I was building my story, building my guardian. In D2, they made it seem like that's what you were doing, but I couldn't feel it.
Yeah.
My heart just wasn't in it. And it sucks because I'm one of those people who enjoy just implementing my own mentality into a game that's free to do, where you're free to do whatever. But I just didn't feel that way in D2.
Another thing is, Bungie needs to be more clear on what they mean when they name shit. Infinite Force, I say that's a beta test. Fucking forged weapons, nope. Stat rolls. So when they say ranked, are we getting like an Overwatch type ranked, or some on the lines of like fucking Xenoverse ranked, where it's just meaningless and there's a number?
Right.
Why would they introduce a new type of combative paradigm in this gameplay like rank mode? It's never been a
It's because it's something the community wanted for so long.
PvP people, man. This game, I told you this, is based around the PvP aspect.
I feel like they've also focused on the many, the group experience rather than focusing on the singular experience as well.
Shit, the group experience isn't that great either.
True.
What's it? Clan heavy, PvP, stuff like that. But where's the stuff for the singular Guardian?
Like, I remember
Lone
D1
Wolf.
when I started. I basically did everything by myself.
Right.
Yeah,
I did the same.
And it can
I
feel a
know I
lot
had
more
like one
accomplished.
friend that helped the Nightfall out, but I did the raid probably like once with a bunch of strangers. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I had my Titan for when I was playing with my cousin, my Warlock when I wanted to just play by myself, and then my Hunter was kind of like a mix. I'd play my Hunter when I wanted to play with friends, but also by myself. And it just, eventually it got to, I played with each of them depending on the situation, but I still felt like each of them had their reason for me playing them, and now they're just like,
Just
nothing special.
yeah, so you just hop on just to do what you need to do.
Especially when they categorize the, when they do the, what's it called? All the powers. The powers, they did it to where you'd pick one group or the other one. And that was cool for the people who didn't have a lot of time to like completely level out your class. But then that's like, where's the personality behind the characters? Where's the, this is how I build my character?
I'll admit, I deleted my Hunter a couple times before I had to get it right, and that's how I felt when she was right. And I just carried on from there. My fucking Titan, I had just since the beta. I just built him from the guy I built in beta.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But what was I saying?
Oh my gosh.
I remember someone said something. Yeah, I forgot. Brian, you got anything else to say? Because you just been saying,
Not really. Like I said what I had to say before, and like everything I wanted to say, everyone else said. So.
Understandable.
Okay. Does everybody feel like they had
That's
all
it.
got their
Trash.
say in on
Okay.
it? It is.
Yeah, right
Yes.
now, yes, it is. It is shit.
Destiny holds people's hands for everything. I got my hand held the whole time I'm playing this game.
I'll say it right now, Bunny, you better get this shit in before all the fucking big dogs come out.
Doesn't Anthem come out next month?
It got pushed back because of
Again?
Yeah, remember because their production manager got fired by EA.
That's right. Right.
There you go. They're not
If
stopping
they
with the
get
big
it
dogs
right,
just yet.
I don't care how long it takes for them to make it. If they make it a good game, take forever.
When's Red Dead Redemption coming out, though? I forgot about that.
Right?
This year.
That's why I'm
Coming out this year. Don't worry about that.
Like shit.
Don't worry about that. That's
Bro.
been a few years in the making. It can be another few months if need be.
Sure.
You let that
Yeah.
ride.
Now, few.
Bruh.
You let that ride.
Bruh.
Half-Life 3 confirmed.
Oh my god.
Fucking, I don't know. Fucking Xur isn't even special anymore.
Right. Oh my god.
No,
really isn't.
he's just a guy in the shadows, just like a nice little stalker. Just he's
He was a disappointment towards the end of
He's more beautiful than the
D1, and he
average
just
stalker.
became even more of one in D2.
Yeah.
he's even more of a disappointment than Raul. And all he does is just give you shitty
And that's
engrams.
sad.
Yeah, it is.
That's sad. Being worse than Trollhole, you need to go somewhere and think about what you've done.
Hey, Prime Dark. So remember the idea about Xur and Warframe? That you do it in Warframe.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. I would enjoy that if that happened.
A Xur and a Warframe environment sounds
No,
like
it's
a pretty
very-
expected outcome, especially since like
Okay,
he's got so many
I
familiar.
need Dark. Dark, so can't we explain this? Because
So, in actually, funny enough, the guy's here right now. In Warframe, there's a guy by the name of Baru Katir who does practically the same thing as Xur, except instead of every weekend, it's every 2 weeks, I believe.
Yeah, it's
He
every
comes in. He comes in during the weekend and he brings stuff that is extremely rare that almost only he can sell. Sometimes it's stuff that you can get otherwise, but most times it's only he can sell these things.
Speaking of which, I want to take us.
Go for it. What's it? Me, Prime, and Flint, a while back ago, we had this idea. It'd be cool if there was an event that happened where Baru Katir and Xur traded places.
Like a
Where-
collaboration event. That'd be cool.
Where in Destiny 2 you found Baru Katir and he would sell you exclusive weapons and armor and stuff like that, or something like that, that referenced Warframe. And you could only get it during that one event, and it would have its own stats and whatnot based on what it was over here. And vice versa.
What's in this
Xur
again?
would come over.
Tommy? Oh, no,
Oh.
you keep going.
And vice versa. Xur would come over here to Warframe and sell stuff from Destiny. And, then the idea of him bringing, Gallahorn to Warframe kind of just,
Nice.
it was a little stupid, considering in this game, one of the main things that me specifically am known for, you can ask Prime, is breaking weapons. You take
it's
just an
scary.
average weapon, and you can make it extremely broken to the point it almost one-shots people. Imagine a person like me in this game, Warframe, with a Gallahorn in my hands. This thing is not safe for anyone.
Yo, and now like Yellowhorn would classify as a rifle too. Oh my god.
I feel like it
Damn.
would be
Like,
more in the grenade launcher
technically,
category.
but it would still have rifle mods.
Yeah, you get the rifle mods. I would break it. I promise you, the thing, as soon as it, I could take it into a survival or a defense mission, and I would never have anyone near me. I could kill anyone from meters away, and you'd never have to worry about anything.
Oh, and
Gotcha.
by the way, can you if you can you buy a few A2s? Not many.
All right. Well, I guess that's the wrapping up point on this. Is there anything you guys want to say before we close up? I think we went over a pretty good deal of points and a lot of everybody and a lot of good personal input and differing perspectives of all the experiences that we've had over the years in Destiny.
I need more food. This ain't enough.
Well,
Bungie,
unfortunately, Destiny is not a buffet killer. Or at least not anymore.
Bungie, I loved your games. I got hyped for Destiny 2 even before the beta came out. I played from day one. Loved it to bits. And I was really hard on D2 when it came on because I believed it could be great. I played through everything. I enjoyed it, but I can't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed D1, and I find that a little sad. I still have faith in D2 that it'll eventually be good. Hey, maybe this is, like a lot of people say, this is the middle kid that disappoints, and then you get D3 coming out, and it's amazing.
Because they fuck up in this thing, and then they learn everything that went wrong, and then can kind of
maybe we have hope.
Going.
I have hope for what Bungie can do, because I know they can make great things. Right now they're dropping the ball. So.
Yeah.
It just takes a little trial and error.
And Digital Extremes, Bungie, collab, make it happen.
Hey.
Hey.
Bungie, get your shit together.
Right.
Destiny was the biggest fucking beta test in the history of gaming. And everybody can agree to that, right? It was the biggest fucking fucking $100 beta test.
It was.
More than $100 shit. Let's count this out. You buy Destiny base, that's $60. You bought Crota's End, that was $20. House of Wolves, another $20. You got $100 right now.
100, yeah.
Taken King, another $140. Then if you're a PS3 player, you have to get that PS4. That was probably another $400 in my case. So you got $540 and get the extra. What was it? Rise of Iron, which is another $35. So right now you're saying that around.
Well, I finessed Bungie. I got something
good 600.
Yo, I got the complete edition. I got the complete edition on PS4 for like $15.
Yeah, you got lucky. You finessed.
You picked a really good time to pick it up. That's why it was so easy.
Yep.
Yeah, majority was a forced upgrade. Fucking.
The rest of it, that was a forced one.
Yeah, so right now you made us spend about $600 on the biggest beta of all time.
What I did as a finesse, I'm game sharing with a friend. I didn't buy D1 or D2 for the PS4. I'm game sharing with somebody.
Oh, you got off on Easy Street, because that's where I'm at with D2. And like, what was Rise of Iron when that first came out? What was that, like 20, 30?
$35.
35. Okay, so $630, $40. Basically, just say $650 then.
Yeah, for a whole Destiny 1 beta experience. Well,
yep.
I had fun still. I'm not gonna get that wrong. I still had fun. But
yeah.
We all want Destiny 2 to be a good game. That's why everyone being so hard on it. But we can't be just douchebags to Bungie.
Yeah.
Fucking, their morale right now. Someone went to a fan went to Bungie and they seen the morale. It's not that high.
Yeah.
Because if you're a developer and you see all this shit people say about your game, like, fuck, I don't want to make the game anymore. Like, fuck you guys. I like.
There you have it. It's just trying to support something you love that's going in the direction you don't like, or is not being heard by the correct people, or is not done the correct way.
Pretty much.
Alright, viewers, and with that note... Oh, go ahead.
I still laugh at the people who say people still play Destiny. I still laugh at those people. Arg, I'm talking to you.
That say they play it, or that said they don't. That they didn't play it.
No, say people still play Destiny. Wow. Yeah, Arkham Top.
He's a fucking. That's fucking lying. He stopped playing. He stopped playing. He didn't pick this shit up. Check his trophy listings. See if I'm lying. Because if he picked it up one time, it'll show up.
I believe you, trust me. I do.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, I think we all got some closure here. We can no longer have to fuss about this game. Whatever
until the
happens.
DLC comes out.
Well, until that DLC comes out, and we'll make a note that we will all be back, and we will do a follow-up podcast after that, just to talk about the highs and the lows of that DLC. What's the name of the second DLC coming out for this game?
Gods of Mars.
Gods of
Mars.
Yeah, we'll be dealing with Anna Bray and the War Mines.
Wait, so are we gonna be able to go back to Mars?
Supposedly, yes.
Like,
Oh, we're going back to the past.
The polar ice caps of
Mars.
So what, are we gonna actually meet Anna Bray, or is this just gonna be her backstory?
No, we're meeting Anna Bray, the famous hunter from the Bray family.
I know who she is.
Right, we're going back.
We're gonna meet her.
Heck, I ran her cloak the whole time throughout Destiny 1. I ain't gonna lie, that cloak was
worse for you.
nice.
But if she looks like freaking who was that one chick?
Please say Please be thinking of
Marisol.
Marisol. Please be thinking of Marisol.
Oh, she got a different story, but she looks like a freaking who's that one chick? I
Hawthorne?
don't know. No, Hawthorne. No. Hawthorne. She's a man.
The EXO.
I'm talking about this one model.
The stranger?
No, a real life model.
Oh, model.
In this game, a real live model. Hang on, let me think. I'm just thinking about Marisol and the royal puppies right now.
Yeah, if she looks like her, bro, I'll pay $20 just for that. Fuck what the DLC brings, I'll just pay $20 just for that.
You gotta send me a concept for this. I don't know, I just think of Marisol and I think of the royal puppies.
When I think of beauty, I think myself, let's do this.
Yo.
Apparently enough, the Queen's brother is on Mars. And he's running his own fallen pack.
We're going back
Yeah,
to the past.
yeah, Marisol supposedly still is not dead, people.
Yeah, he's been keeping in touch with his sister, who is Queen, so we might see her.
We might see some really BS cameo and see if they can tie up that loose end.
And what's his face? Freaking the guy who's. I'm really bad with names, and I forgot.
Give me the a description.
Varix.
Varix.
Varix is working with Crow.
Elder Fallen.
Varix is working with Crow with that. That Crow's has his own. What's it? Group of the Fallen. Varix is on top of that as two.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I think I know how to get. I think I know how to pull this off. This is how they're gonna pull this off.
All right.
So if you remember the end credits of Destiny 2, we saw
the shadow.
We saw Mercury first.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then we saw Mars, which is the DLC place. Then we saw the Reef, which I'm hoping is gonna be a free update for the April update. Probably we'll get the Reef back. And then we saw Darkness. So I think the Darkness we'll get as a Taken King $40 expansion, which will most likely save this game from what it is.
That'll just make the
that is a very
DLC
interesting theory, and that's solid actually.
Because if you remember, Destiny 1, House of Wolves, it brought the game the PvP status that it deserved.
Dude, I loved House of Wolves though. That was my shit.
House of Wolves was my favorite.
Wolves was good.
And Taken King, oh my god, it brought the game to a whole level we wished it started from.
I ain't gonna lie, the Taken King raid was actually tough as shit for me at first.
Yeah, it felt like I was playing World of Warcraft again.
But it was only at one part, and that was the fucking totems.
Right.
It's like, what the
Totems
fuck?
and Goloroth was always a hell. I'm not
I
even
love
gonna lie.
Gogoro. He was the easiest motherfucking boss in that game.
I'm not
I
even
love
gonna lie.
Gogoro. He was the easiest motherfucking boss in that game.
He is, but until I met you guys, nobody I knew could take the fucking gaze. It's like,
All
oh,
you
I
had to
see
do is
you.
take a
I see
sniper
you
and
over
shoot
there.
him right in the back. Hey, bitch, what? Pow, I got you.
Yeah, unless you guys have more lore shit to talk about, I think
I think we're pretty much
done.
good here. Got an hour's worth of a podcast. I think that's pretty good, gentlemen.
No.
All right, viewers, you all heard it firsthand from our input here, and we'll be back here sooner or later after DLC Expansion 2 comes out, and we'll give ourselves another review on where the pending direction may be, if not just go into the pros and cons of said DLC. On that note, all of us will bid you a good evening ahead.
Good evening.
Till all are one.
And as always, yes, and as always, until all are one.
I pray you find your way.
If we can find what?
One must find the way.
Like, what? I was like, wait a minute, what you say?